Welcome to our Xinhua Live. I'm Zhang Mocheng with China's Xinhua News Agency. Today, we will bring you close to a Chinese sturgeon, a critically endangered species living in the Yangtze, China's longest river. Together, we will witness the release of 500 artificially bred Chinese sturgeons into the Yangtze River. So, stay with us to find out more about the ancient yet endangered life on the planet Earth. If you want to say hi, please leave a message. Or if you have any questions, you could write them down in the comment section below this post. And I will try to answer them as quickly as I can. Now, let me introduce my partner, a university student who is enthusiastic about wildlife protection.
Hello guys, I'm Li Congying from Wuhan University. It's my honor to have this opportunity. I'm looking forward to have a close contact with the rare species living in the Yangtze.
Yes, right now just a few steps away from here lies the Yangtze River, China's longest river and the world's third longest.
Yes, and please follow us wherever you are. Don't forget to sum up or repost if you like our show. And it's my very first time being here in Yiqiang. And I know Yiqiang is the home of the world's largest hydro project, the Three Gorges Dam, which is so amazing.
Yes, the Three Gorges Dam is just tens of meters away from here. And the Three Gorges Dam is a multifunctional dam that is built to control floods, to generate electricity, and improve navigation. So in terms of its size and its power generating capacity, it is reputed as world number one.
Yes.
But I have to remind you that right here, besides the Three Gorges Dam, there's more to see.
Yes. Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes. So first of all, let's look around the pictures behind us.
Okay. Wow. So many joyful colors. And it's really exciting for us to see these pictures. And look at this one. It looks like a rainbow fish, right?
Yeah, so many colors. Actually, let's say the tag is the painter called Wang Weiyu, who is 2.5-year-old kid from Shanghai.
Wow, the artist was so young.
Very talented,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Actually, these pictures are all drawn by children. And
really?
they come from, let's say, Shanghai,
And
Wuhu,
yes, along the Yangtze River, right?
Zhejiang,
Yes.
cities along the Yangtze River.
Yes.
So all of the paintings focus on one single theme,
That is
the Chinese sturgeon. Yes, a rare and precious species living in the Yangtze.
Yes.
So have you ever seen a Chinese sturgeon before?
To be honest, I've never seen a Chinese sturgeon before I came here. But most of your guys may have the same question, just like I do. When I first heard of the Chinese sturgeon, I can't help myself to ask one question. What does it look like? Actually?
Yes, I think we can find some clues
Yes.
on these paintings. For example, this one. I think it's pretty close to what a real Chinese sturgeon looks like.
Wow.
So, judging from its appearance,
Yes.
it is a fish.
Yes.
But it is not an ordinary fish.
Yes.
It is quite special. You can see here,
Yeah, on its back?
yes, on its back, there's a line of bony structure on its back.
It's just like an
Yeah.
armor.
Yes, it seems as if the Chinese sturgeon is wearing a suit of armor.
Yeah, it's very impressive and quite different from the other animals I've ever seen. And the first sight of this picture, it reminds me of very mysterious creatures, the dinosaurs, right?
Yes, you've got the point. Actually, do you know that the Chinese sturgeon is said to have lived in the same age with the dinosaurs?
Wow.
In fact, the Chinese sturgeon is thought to have existed on the earth for more than 140 million years.
Wow. So that's to say
Quite a long time
quite,
ago.
Quite a
Can
long
you imagine
time
that?
ago. I can imagine that. So that's to say our human beings and many other animals on the earth is quite a newcomer to this planet.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And
That's
but-
why we
okay.
call the Chinese sturgeon the living fossil.
Yeah.
You know, usually a fossil refers to hard remains of prehistoric animals or plants that are buried in the rock.
Yeah.
But most of these prehistoric animals have died out.
Wow, it's what a
Pity.
shame. It's a pity. Yeah.
Yes, but the Chinese sturgeon is a rare exception.
Yes. And it's quite a good news.
Yes,
And-
it's carrying genetic codes dating back to prehistoric times. The Chinese sturgeon is really a living fossil.
Yeah, it's amazing. What a miracle of life. Now I can see how precious this species is.
Yes. So, do you know that in the 1988, the Chinese sturgeon is listed as a first-class protected animal by the Chinese government?
Wow.
And also in that list includes the giant panda.
Giant panda. I love pandas.
So, you know, most of us may have well known about the giant panda, right?
Yes. I know giant panda is our national treasure and is loved and taken good care of in our country and wherever it goes worldwide. And giant panda is always a superstar in the zoo. Yes?
Yes. The panda is universally famed. But remember that the Chinese sturgeon shares equal importance with the giant panda.
Yeah.
So that's why the scientists would call the giant panda, they call the Chinese sturgeon as aquatic panda.
Yeah. I know panda is well protected in our southwest China.
Yes.
And the number of it is actually steadily on the rise. So what about Chinese sturgeons?
Well, I have to say the Chinese sturgeon is actually facing more severe challenges than the giant panda. And the number of the Chinese sturgeons living in the wild is reported to be in sharp decline. And the International Union for Conservation of Nature marked the Chinese sturgeon as critically endangered.
Yes, but good news is the Chinese sturgeon has caught both nationwide and worldwide attention. We're trying our best to protect them from becoming extinct. Yes?
Yes, I know that there are some members from international organizations who are also present here at this releasing ceremony. So why don't we just go ahead and
Let's find them.
talk to some of them?
Okay, let's go. Hello.
Hello. Hello. We are from China's Xinhua News Agency, and we are doing a live report on the Chinese sturgeon, the rare species living in the Yangtze. So please first give a brief introduction about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Zhu Jiang, working in one international organization called WWF, Worldwide Fund for Nature. My name is Zhu Jiang, and take the position of the wildlife practice the head in WWF China.
So have you ever just released the Chinese sturgeon into the Yangtze just now?
Yeah, I just released two Chinese sturgeon into the river. It's my third time to join this event. Yeah, from 2015. Yeah.
So not the first time.
It's not the first time. Yeah.
So I want to know why WWF pays so much close attention on Chinese sturgeon.
Chinese sturgeon is one of the flagships in the Yangtze.
Yes.
So WWF not only care about Chinese sturgeon, also like the Yangtze Finnish porpoise and other fishes in the Yangtze. We have worked in Yangtze over 20 years, so we have a good relationship with the partners like Sturgeon Dam Company and Fishery Department, even the local community in nature reserve.
So
Yeah.
what have WWF done to protect the Chinese sturgeon in these years?
This year, every year, we talk the cooperation project with the partners, like the Surgoji Dam company. So, like this, join WWF is one of the sponsors of this joint competition, and a partner released the Chinese sturgeon. WWF organized some education campaign or some volunteer participation action to follow up the sturgeon from Yichang to Shanghai, to connect the information, to tell out where the sturgeon has arrived. So that's the part of the traditional work of China for the sturgeon conservation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think there are still a lot of people who are not well known about the Chinese sturgeon.
Yes.
So, as ordinary people, what should they do to protect Chinese sturgeon? Do you have any suggestions?
I think there are three things we can contribute to Chinese sturgeon conservation. First, we cannot eat the wild Chinese sturgeon. Normally, the Chinese sturgeon is one of the food dish for the local people or for the normal pupils.
So strictly forbidden.
Yeah, so it's not a good activity to eat the Chinese sturgeon.
To fish the
Yeah,
fishing activities is strictly
fishing,
forbidden.
capturing and care the Chinese sturgeon and eat them. I think we need to change this behavior. Second, we need to reduce the footprint in terms of the water footprint or transportation footprint like this, to reduce the waste, to reduce the pollution like this. The third one will lead join some action to protect the Chinese sturgeon, to bring your kids to the research, to the river, to care about
More about the Chinese sturgeon.
Learn more and join more action. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
谢谢你们，谢谢你们。你是从武大过来的？
Yeah.
那是临时的。
If you're just tuning in, we are just live from Yichang, a city along the Yangtze River, and we are doing a live report about the Chinese sturgeon, rare and endangered species living in the Yangtze.
Yes. Please stay with us. There are more funny things coming up. And I can't wait to see the baby Chinese sturgeons by ourselves. So why don't we just go and find them, okay?
Let's go.
Yeah.
In this way.
Yes. We can see there are some trucks over there.
Yes.
Yes. So let's go.
And I say there are some people unloading the Chinese sturgeon from the trucks.
Yes. And we can see there are all the Chinese sturgeons are releasing by these cars and use this thing.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, it is very rare to see so many Chinese sturgeons
Yes.
gathering here.
Yes. So let's. Okay.
And the
Hello.
you are
Just
carrying the
unloading
Chinese sturgeon
sturgeons.
into the Yangtze,
Yeah. Okay. I know. Come here.
and it is rare to see so many Chinese sturgeons
Yes.
here. So. Can you believe that they have lived in the same age with the dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs.
Yes.
When I first think of this Chinese sturgeon, I can't imagine how old they are. The species is.
Yes.
And we can just
go this
along
way
this way and,
and
to
find the Chinese sturgeon.
yeah, it's quite a long way to go to see the actual face about Chinese sturgeon, right?
Yes. If you're just tuning in, we're just live from
Yes.
Yichang, and we will see 5 Chinese sturgeons artificially bred, released into the Yangtze.
Yangtze. Okay.
Do you know some other animals that live in the Yangtze?
Such as the white flag dolphin, right?
Yes, white flag dolphin.
Oh, it's very cute.
Yes, but it's a pity that the white flag dolphin is thought to be extinct in the wild now.
Yes.
So it is our humans' obligations to protect this precious life from leaving us.
Yes. If you're just coming in, we're live at China Xinhua News on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And we're now doing a live report about Chinese sturgeon, a critically endangered species native to China. And this time, we are releasing the artificially bred Chinese sturgeon into the Yangtze River. Just
now you
steps
can see that in
Yangtze
front
River.
of us is a Yangtze River.
Yes.
Looking down from here, it is impossible not to be impressed by the sheer grandeur and splendor of the Yangtze River.
Yes. And today is really foggy, right?
Yes, maybe we cannot see clear.
But it looks like a wonderland.
Yes.
So
So
don't
you
forget.
know,
Yes.
there are so many wildlife living in the Yangtze.
Right.
And the Yangtze River is rich in fishery resources and some precious creatures. So besides the Chinese sturgeon, there are Finnish dolphin, the Chinese alligators,
Yes.
and the white flag dolphin you have
Yes.
just
Yes.
mentioned.
So that's to say there are rare but multi the resources in our Yangtze River.
Yes,
Right.
but it's a pity that those animals are reported to be in decline.
Yes.
So it is our duty to protect them from saving us.
Okay, so for more detailed information, we are going to find an expert who's from the Chinese Sturgeon Research Institute.
Yes.
Yes,
You know, never have those wildlife living in the Yangtze be
Yes.
so fragile and precious as they are today.
so we can.
So we will move a step forward to this pool.
Yes.
To this pool.
Okay, I can see Dr. Yang Jing is just over there. She's from the Chinese Sturgeon Research Institute, and let's go and find them to ask her some questions. Okay.
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 You can say
Hello.
hi to.
Hello. Hello.
Nice
Hello,
to meet
Mr.
you.
Yang. Miss.
She is a researcher from Chinese Sturgeon Research Institute,
Yes.
which is affiliated to China Three Gorges Corporation.
Yes.
So I'm wondering how many years old the Chinese sturgeon that are to released today.
Well, this is the 59th releasing activity, and there would be 500 of artificial bred Chinese sturgeon to be released this time.
Okay.
And look at them. They have the biggest size and the heaviest weight in our releasing history.
Yeah.
And the average length of the fish is about 1.1 meters, and the average weight is about 5.5 kilograms.
Wow. Let's just say it's not the newborn ones we today releasing. Yes. And why don't we just release the baby Chinese sturgeon just like before?
Well, the reason why we choose bigger fishes to release instead of smaller ones is because that we found the bigger fishes, it usually has a strong adaptive ability, and they are more likely to survive from their predators.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how many years can a Chinese sturgeon like this survive in the wild? How many years?
Well, on average, the Chinese sturgeon can grow up to 40 years old.
40 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Almost half of the human being's life expectancy.
Yes, 40 years, half of our human beings' life expectancy.
Yeah.
Let's step forward.
Okay. I know there are so many different kinds of Chinese sturgeons all over the world. How can you tell Chinese sturgeons from other sturgeons?
Well, from its appearance, adult Chinese sturgeon is quite large,
Yeah.
but its mouth is relatively narrow and
like this
small.
one, yeah.
Yeah. You can see their mouth is relatively small and narrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cautious.
And you also can find 5 lines of bone plates on its body.
Wow.
One on the back side, 2 on the lateral side, and 2 under its body.
Yes.
And
That's how we distinguish it from the other sturgeons. Yeah.
yeah, we can distinguish them from their backbones. We may notice that their backbones are heart-shaped, and we can use this characteristic distinguish them.
It's very cute.
Yeah.
So I have a simple question. Why do we call these sturgeons Chinese sturgeon? Why do these species are native to China?
First of all, this kind of sturgeon fish is only found in China.
Wow.
Second, Chinese sturgeon is a kind of anadromous fish which lives and grows up in sea when
In
they
the
were
sea.
adult, but swim back to fresh water, their hometown, to lay eggs and reproduce filial generation year after year.
Yeah. Let's just say the Chinese sturgeon is kind of homesick fish, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Wherever they are, they must return to their motherland, Yangtze, in China.
Yeah.
So, can I say it is some kind of patriotic? Do you agree with me?
Yes, I totally agree with you. But I have heard that the natural spawning activities is quite distinct by now.
It's
by this
fewer spawning activities has been detected here. So,
Is that right?
is that
Yeah,
right?
I'm afraid so. We have kept on detecting the number of wild Chinese sturgeon in recent decades. And from our observatory, there were several thousands of wild Chinese sturgeon to be reported in 1980s.
1980s.
Yeah, but in recent years, the number of wild Chinese sturgeon come back is less than 100. So the number of wild Chinese sturgeon declines so dramatic, and it must be defined as endangered species to arouse the public awareness to protect them from being extinct.
So we have mentioned that the Chinese sturgeon is marked as critically endangered by international organizations. So I'm wondering, what is to blame for the population decline of the Chinese sturgeons living in the wild?
Yeah, we can see. There are 2 main reasons which causes the decline of wild Chinese population, Chinese sturgeon population. Overfishing and environmental pollution.
Overfishing and environmental pollution.
Yes. The more fishing activities we do, the less fish resources there are. And the environmental pollution can increase the death and illness of fishes.
And I have noticed that our Chinese Sturgeon Research Institute was established in the year following the completion of the Gezhouba Dam. Is that right? So since then, there are many breakthroughs that we do in our institute. Could you tell us something?
Of course, Chinese Sturgeon Research Institute was built in 1982.
1982.
And its aim is mainly focused on protect this rare old fish. Chinese sturgeon's migratory route was blocked by the construction of Gezhouba Hydro Project. So our institute is the first one of its kind in China.
But I think you guys must pay close attention to the fact that these Chinese sturgeon are not the wild ones we captured in the Yangtze, but they are artificially bred in our institute, right?
Yes, they are artificially bred. At the past, we need to catch wild Chinese sturgeon for artificial breeding, but there are too few wild fish for us to catch these years. And thanks to the technological breakthroughs, begins from 2009, we no longer count on wild fish for artificial breeding.
Thanks to the development of our technology.
Yes, this is a kind of a milestone in protecting this species.
Let's see.
Let's take a closer shot, okay?
Let's take a closer shot. This is the fish's last stay before they are released into the Yangtze.
Yes?
So you mean that these Chinese sturgeons have never left the laboratory and this is the first time they have the chance to
Go to the well.
go to the wild.
Yeah, I think so. It's the first time they meet the Yangtze River.
I have noticed. And could you let some of our stuffs to
Hold our fish.
yes, hold a fish? I want to
Okay.
take a closer look about it. Okay.
We can go to.
Okay. This way.
Can we go
Which-
to the first pool?
Yes, we can move to
Move
that
to the
pool.
first pool.
I noticed that there's a special marker tagged to the tail of the Chinese sturgeon. Maybe later we can ask the expert to explain a little bit about the marker.
Okay. So let's have a look of it. I think it reminds me of a sword. Reminds me of a sword named 越王勾践 that's lying in our museum of Hubei province, right?
Yes.
And I can notice there are some kind of markers just on the tails. So
Can you explain a little bit about the markers tied into their tails?
Well, of course I can. It's a kind of fishing marking technique. And fishing marking technique is important tool to evaluate the after effect of our released fish. And each fish
Its
has
head pops up.
every fish has two kinds of in vitro labels. PIT tags and T tags.
So in fact, we do not only have one kind of the tags, but we have three kinds of tags.
Yeah, besides in vitro labels, we also use the sonar tracker to monitor and check
can
them,
you hook one fish for us?
to check their migratory paths and in Yangtze River.
What is this marker?
Oh, it's a T tag. I can show you here.
You have already.
Yeah.
It's very energetic and full of vigor.
Yes.
Have a closer look, okay?
看一下你的信号，看一下你的信号。
So, what is the marker standing for? What information can we retrieve from the marker?
T-tag, right?
Well, this is a T tag. T tag,
Just like this?
yes, comes from. It just look like
What is the
T.
information they stand for?
On each T tag there is a number, and this number will be the fish ID number.
The-
So when people find them, we can check the number on its body, and we will search it in our database. And for PIT tag, we can detect them with our tracking machine, like this. Yeah.
This is called PIT tag.
Yeah. PIT means
Can I
passive activated transponder.
try it?
Of course.
Can you demonstrate to us how it works?
Oh, okay. Press here.
只有这一条。
It's not so now, yeah. And press the second button,
Okay, I know that.
and just to scan it from the head to the tail.
Wow!
What does it
Oh, yeah, it's so
Look.
big.
What does the series number standing for?
It's also a ID number for the fish.
Just like an ID card.
Yeah, yeah.
So why don't we just release one for ourselves? Okay?
And at the same time, I just quite noticed that there are another tracking method.
Yeah,
Sonar. You have
sonar
mentioned.
tracking. Yeah. Do you want to see it?
Yes, there is a sonar scanning machine
Yeah.
over there.
Yes.
Can we show us?
Of course. This way. Well, Dr. Jiang is working on it, and we can check the information on the screen. sounds means that we detect the Chinese sturgeon, like tick, 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 tick.
Yes, the sound distance of the Chinese sturgeon we detected.
Yeah, yeah. And we also can find a number on the screen. It's the
Doesn't have special meaning.
it's the sturgeons and the information.
Also,
Yes,
every Chinese sturgeon is unique.
of course. And we can identify they caught it the first time.
I'm wondering whether you have set up a DNA library for these Chinese sturgeons.
Yes, we established a DNA library for all the released Chinese sturgeon. And with the markers technique and the DNA library at hand, we can track the Chinese sturgeon migratory path in Yangtze River.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Yang, for being with us,
Thank you.
for so many useful information, very
Really
instructive.
helpful to us and to
Yes.
our audience.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So,
Okay.
this is the last day for the Chinese sturgeon before they are released into the Yangtze. And after this, they will be sent to this place.
Yes.
And in several minutes, they will be released into the Yangtze.
So why don't we try to release one for ourselves? It's like a dreams come true. I always want to. Wow, it's so
Wow.
dramatic.
Yes.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Excuse me.
No, you know some Chinese sturgeons have lived in the library for 3 years or 5 years. So this is the first time they are released into the Yangtze.
So you mean it's the first time they hang out in the wild? It sounds so cool. So I can't wait to release myself.
Let's just go ahead and
Go
try
ahead.
ourselves.
Okay. Wow, it's just like this.
Yes.
It's cool. It's cool.
The Chinese sturgeons are released one by one.
Okay. So we are just keep in the turn, keep our
Waiting.
in the line.
Patiently. According to the local authority, the total number of Chinese sturgeons to be released today is 500.
500.
And they are bigger sized than the Chinese sturgeons we used to release.
Yes. So we focus on the quality, but now the quantity, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Our fish is coming.
We can help Dr. Yang.
Help. Yes. Okay. Wow. It's cool.
It is truly exciting to be so close to
with our Chinese sturgeons.
the rare species.
Yes.
What does it feel when you touch it?
Well, it's kind of smooth, but not that smooth.
Quite different from ordinary fish you have ever seen. Yeah?
Yes, yes. It's really like the dinosaurs.
And
Okay, let's wait in our lines.
and later
Wow.
we will release. Very cool.
Very cool.
We'll release the Chinese sturgeon into
I'm
the
taking a
Chinese,
shower.
the Yangtze River ourselves.
Yes. I wish we could stay a little bit longer with our fish, but
It is time to say
goodbye
to them.
Yes. So we're just waiting. Wow.
Wow, this fish is bigger.
I'm taking a shower here right now.
But it's worth it, I think.
It's worth it. Okay.
So we can now, it's our turn to release the Chinese sturgeon into the Yangtze River.
It's really exciting. And it's time to say
Three,
goodbye
to the Chinese sturgeons.
Three,
3, 2, 1.
Come on,
Go.
go. Our fish. Bon voyage.
Wish them good luck and
Okay.
smooth trip.
Yes. Wish they have a exciting and long journey down the Yangtze River.
Yes.
Okay. Come here.
So from the conservation with
Yes.
the Dr. Yang, we have known that many more advanced technologies are being used to protect the Chinese sturgeon
Yes.
from leaving
right.
us. So you know that the Chinese sturgeon is a barometer for the ecology of the
Yes.
Yangtze River.
Yeah.
So if this species disappears,
Yes.
it will not
Not
be
only
the
the
tragedy for
this
the
species,
but also the tragedy
Yeah, for
for
our human
the
beings,
river,
to the river.
and the whole mankind.
Yeah, that's true.
So it is our time to take actions to protect the animal
Yeah.
from
it's very urgent.
being
From
extinct.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you very much for following us on this
Yes.
special tour
Yes.
about the Chinese sturgeon, an ancient and rare animals that living in the Yangtze. So hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you really like the
Our show.
aquatic panda, you
Yes.
could come over for a tour yourself.
Yes. So it's time to let's go and see and down to the Yangtze River. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So right behind us lies the Yangtze River, China's longest river and the world's third longest.
Yes. And it's time to end our show. We'll keep you informed a new message about the Yangtze River and Chinese sturgeon on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So
It's
keep
time to say
goodbye. So keep following us, and we'll see you next time. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. Thank you.